I am Alicia, and this is Tommy. Can you wave to the camera? Tommy, you're famous. I'm Tommy's host home provider, and he's lived with us for over 2 years now. And with communication, when he first moved in, it was pretty hard to understand what he needed. He did some verbal cues, but it was kind of hard to understand. He also used sign language. He made up a lot of signs. He had his own versions of signs, so we had to get used to, what those signs were and start kind of knowing what those were and then using them ourselves. So at first it was definitely difficult. As he's lived with us, it's gotten so much easier to communicate with him. Before the iPad, it was, we could tell by the look on his face, we could tell by different signs he was using, what he needed, and a lot of times we would just ask him yes or no questions to get to the bottom of what he needed. Like if he needed a hearing aid battery changed, but he wasn't really telling us that's what it was, we'd say, so are you in pain? Do you hurt? He'd say no, and we kind of ask a bunch of questions and then get to the bottom of it and finally, find out it was his hearing aid battery. So then we came to the iPad, it has kind of everything on there, and he has a lot more options for what he can tell us, and we've continued to add things to that. So like I can ask Tommy, how are you feeling, Tommy?
I feel tired.
You feel tired? Is it nap time? This is about your nap time on your day off. Can you ask me how I feel?
How about you?
I'm good. Feeling pretty good. Thank you for asking. It's given him more of a voice, and I think that's awesome. And like I said before, I feel like it's given him the opportunity to say what he really feels rather than just, giving you an answer that he thinks that you want to hear. Because sometimes if you asked him a question without the iPad and said, like, Tommy, are you feeling sick? He'd say yes, but then the next question you'd say, are you feeling okay? He'd say yes, so it was kind of yes, yes, yes. So having this, I feel like gives him, he can read the options and then say, oh yeah, this is the one I'm feeling, rather than just saying kind of yes to all of your questions. So I think that's the biggest impact.